as dumb as this format is right now.
Yeah. Right, we should be good to go. So, I don't know if this is going to be War Crimes Edition or not, but we shall see.
That's all I can bring out.
This is why. This is why we look before we start.
Yeah, this one. Okay. Head the tails.
Heads.
Well, I'm going second.
Probably wise.
And yeah, this is giving the game away immediately.
Da 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 da.
Yep.
Oh. At least one person here is going to be very upset. We will see. So that's one more.
I'm kind of expecting this to be a bad day for me. Okay, we hit on the second try.
I mean, I guess we kind of saw this coming, didn't we? Considering what's been like talked about immediately before this.
Yeah, I try not to keep that in mind too much.
Energy spinner.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a quick deck check when this comes out against Cal instead.
Charming. That's alright. I'll just have to one shot
I
it.
know
Right?
this isn't going to stop anything really here, but I'm just putting this down to get out of hand.
Not to discard for deal 0, which is apparently a thing that can happen.
Yeah, isn't that weird? Considering you can't do that for Mallow and Lana. I guess that's because it's a bonus effect for Mallow and Lana. It still does something without that, so.
Mina.
Oh, that just means you can't do the thing at all, though.
Yeah, so it is kind of weird.
Question is, how much am I scared of this?
Absolutely not at all. Even if it hits you, you still one-shot it back, right?
This matchup is okay. I might as well scoop. Let's just see if I can go off first.
Go ahead.
That's not a good start to the going off plan. Build analysis. We get one. We get a Duststone attack call.
Yep.
Play the Duststone immediately. We can hold that. Bonus damage. Wait, fire damage is sitting across from me. It literally does not matter. I'm dead regardless. Beastbringer. Tag call. Desperation play. Very. We need to keep forcing up this. Why that? No. Mismagius, draw 3. You take a prize.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we did not go off. We did not go off. Couldn't find Mismagius and Misdreavus.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that it mattered at all in this matchup, as this matchup just kills me, but
It sure does.
that's what I get for being a cheese ball. I want to shot the cheese ball at least. Okay, what a bad idea.
God. I can't tell what's going to be worse here, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't know.
Heads. I will go first this time.
Okay.
At least I can flip a coin.
He whooped. He be whooping.
Isn't much of a turn 1, but we take it. We do have setup.
Hi, just draw the one of the 4 supported to start the game and you'll be fine, right? That's just how it feels. I know that's rude to say, but that is literally just how it feels with this thing. Just being like, just draw setup on turn 1, and you'll be at least able to play, right? So yeah,
Yep.
3 Pokemon of different types, 3 basics of different types, put them onto the bench. No restrictions onto what kinds of Pokemon you can get, so the tag teams are available, as we see.
And the water goes onto it, and your turn.
The only restriction is it has to be onto the bench directly, so you can't
Catch
like
Fairy
keep Armor
Energy,
Basic back in.
Green's Exploration.
Yeah. Which can hurt when you're trying to get Quagsires, as they are hard to search with this deck.
Yep.
Let's see, what do we have?
So
Definitely want that.
that's basically the key difference between it and Elm's Lecture, right? Because the Lecture goes into the hand, but the setup is more versatile in a way, but also a bit more restricted in others. So
Yeah. The fact that you have to play Time Null in this list means you can't play Elms.
oh well, I mean you can't play Elm anyway because Whoop is 70 HP. Tank Hole Power Plant, okay.
Sure.
Power Plant and Tag Call.
I assume it's 60 HP Looper. I assume.
Nope. Both the water and the fighting one are 70 HP. Mm-hmm. Yep. Gardevoir, Sylveon, Cynthia, Caitlyn.
Fairy Song.
Song of Our People.
Okay. Pecom, Savannah GX, Gyro Unit.
Yep.
Still sucks IMO, but you know, whatever.
Quagsire. Yeah. I stopped putting effort into this list.
Yeah, it's fair because we weren't too impressed with this one, were we? So
So, put a water, another water on Pip Toys. Cynthia.
I think everything else you've got is like critically endangered from the fairy aspect, huh? So
Oh. Disconnected.
oh no.
Yeah,
Error in script. Attach well.
oh
39
dear.
EB64. Function on destroy. Object reference not set to an instance of an object.
Oh boy, that's a new one.
That
Yeah,
that sounds pretty severe.
I'm going to need you to take a screenshot of that error side. I'll look at it later.
Second.
Especially if it's killing the server. Especially if it's...
Hmm.
It's in the Discord.
Well,
Error getting website info. Huh.
that is not a very helpful error. That is not
Doesn't
a fault
sound-
side, but that is a weird one. I'm half suspecting it's just a TTS issue. But it's happened to kill it. That just... Maybe when the server died first, technically. And I've got buttons. I've got button glitch. Okay, attempt 3. Maybe getting a half decent game out. This is the version that's free. Yes, I just priced 2 crying last game. Good game.
Yeah, do you want to go first again since...
Yeah, we'll start from that.
Okay.
Well, it's unfortunate the way it goes, but do be that way, and technology is not impervious to to stuff. So yeah, I guess.
In playing blind, I would lead this with lower retreat. I knew it is obviously probably the other thing, but. Type null, Keldeo, attack the Keldeo, pass.
Okay. That's fairy energy. Mina.
Ooh, okay.
Fairy song.
Pretty good.
Well, we're to the game at least. Walk on the Keldeo. Well, Cynthia. Decom. Pip Toys.
It's one of those of, I don't know exactly how I'll handle the stuff with it. I might just leave it as is, to be fair, because it wasn't much of a disruption. And hey, technology happens. This is the sort of thing that that might sometimes come up if you do this kind of thing yourself. So, besides that,
I've seen issues in VGC.
yeah, exactly. So,
Just reload for 1. Decom. Quagsire.
Yep. No problem.
very interesting.
That was different. Get type null and bench it. And pass it to you there.
Rain's Exploration.
Can't say that's the way I expected things to play out, but it is intriguing. So it's good seeing how stuff goes compared to what you expect it to do, what you expect to happen. I suppose I should probably take a look at these as well, considering.
Does tag switch count for tag call?
No, because it's not a tag team card.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
The old support that's not an archetype. Yeah, that comes up sometimes in Yu-Gi-Oh, doesn't it?
Lunar Light perfume. That has to be the absolute worst example of it in history. Like, seriously. It is not an archetype because there is a space between Luna and Light, and that is the only reason. That doesn't usually matter, but apparently it does this time.
Perish Ball. Fairy Song.
Yep. I'll draw anything while you're doing that. Red and blue on type null, discarding, setup, and tank ball.
So we get to evolve to the GX from the deck, and then attach up to 2 basic energy to it.
That one. Yeah, I think it's the time. Bring this guy out. Disc reload 4. One fucking. Bench type null. Bench Mew. Die for me, Mew. Pass.
But what if we just don't? What's the rush?
It's a very good question.
That's just the thing, isn't it? It's like, okay, but like, why though? You know?
Realistically, it's because I can.
No, not why on your side. You're like, die for me, Mew, and I'm just like,
kill with. I am completely fine with that for now.
yeah, it's just because you say like, die for me, Mew, and I'm like, but why though? Why would we do that? I'm just like, I mean,
Exploration.
if it's me personally, I'm just the discard thing again.
Yeah, and I just, no. It's fixable.
Oh, and let's take it back a few steps. Create the board. Doop. Doop. Die for me. Okay.
Which means you need
Question. How is Megalopony and Jigglypuff retreating?
because of
that.
zero
Yeah,
retreat
gyro
to
unit, okay.
yep.
My bad.
Right, you need to draw again, right? Because we
Yes.
went back that far. Yeah. Yeah, but no, literally is the thing of like not trying to influence things too much, but I would literally just be like, I'll take the extra 2 energy and play, thank you very much. You know.
Green's Exploration.
If I overload the field with energy in this sort of spot, it's like you ain't winning this. So you know.
I just wasn't given much of a choice. I just didn't draw one of my 20 in. Is 30 again think I'm on now?
So Switch and Great Catcher being picked up.
Switch. Tag switch.
So energy gets moved up.
Tag call.
Besides, who am I to influence things anyway? It's going in a complete different direction, so...
Great Catcher discarding Power Plant and Faba.
Targeting.
Caldeo GX.
You do realize
Lost
you
Perch.
can't do this, right? Caldeo's
Wait,
immune
is
to
it-
all effects of everything.
Oh, all of it? Okay, then we'll bring
Yeah.
in the Silvally GX. That's annoying.
Which one?
Probably the one with energy.
Yeah, Caldeo's literally safeguard. It's not just immune from damage. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any issues with this thing.
Lost Purge.
So Lost Zone, the dude.
not the worst thing that could have happened to me. Patch of water. Disc reload for 2. Evolve to disc reload. So disc reload for 1. Oh right,
You can't retreat anymore. Yep.
I know. Well, die for me, Mew. Your turn.
Oh, what a game this is, huh?
If I remembered, I probably would have done the same thing rather than expose Keldeo early. But then again, actually, you've lost Purge. That's a lot of things. That's the reason I'm scared.
We've also just like discarded a power plant and a farmer, right? So
Yeah.
Cynthia and Caitlyn. Discard Gardevoir Sylveon.
yeah, I think you had the right idea, but you used it a turn too early. Is probably the overall talking point with that side. Yep, and then the draw 3 as well.
Psychic.
Which does 30. No, it does not
30?
die. It's 30 for plus 30 for each energy that is on the opponent's active Pokemon, which is 0. So there's 30 damage done with that.
Do you want to use the other attack instead, or do you want to meme?
I think this is more annoying in the active than.
You are memeing, okay.
Well, what are you gonna do about it?
Thank
You
you.
know, you're gonna attach and pay retreat. Exactly. That's more annoying than having an extra energy in play. And this view does nothing, so yeah.
I'm having a bad. Whatever. It's a meme anyway. Disc reload for 1. Sonic Edge.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is still going to be one heck of an uphill battle at the moment here with without the GX attack access, but we'll see.
Mallow and Lana discarding Tag Call and Mina.
So we get to switch and full heal the thing, which is great. Heal 120.
Sonic Edge.
Yeah, via copycat. Yeah, we can. Anything you can do, I can do just as well.
Yeah, I thought you just kill this now. Sonic Edge.
Reset stamped. Cynthia, Caitlyn, discarding tag call. Go ahead.
Evolved Quagsire.
After 10,000 years, we are finally there.
This reload for 1. Great catcher, discard Keldeo and a water. Pull in Guardian. Disc reload for 3. Attack call. Alan, Lana, and Cynthia Caitlyn. Alan, Lana, discard Quagsire and Misty and Lorelei.
Heal that.
Air Tree. And Sonic Edge.
Means exploration.
Yeah, it's one of those rather large holes going on this stuff at the moment.
Probably played it very wrong in the end, but I'm just not used to playing Keldeo matchups like this.
To be fair, I think
Trigger
both.
annoyingly early here.
To be fair, I think both of you have made some rather large mistakes in this one, and I don't think that's much of a bold statement to make.
Yeah, I see that. It's like, this isn't the deck I'm putting effort in either, so I'm just not.
Up a swell. Go ahead.
Hatch. Disc reload 2. Finland, discard Silvally. Add. Cynthia, that's what to add. Add Cynthia. 3.
Psychic is starting to make a lot more sense now, isn't it?
I'm afraid it's so scary right now. Die for me, Mew!
Oh, that is 100% not happening.
I know, but I'm kind of right now.
That's a curious one to bench at this point. Are we sure we want to do that?
That's actually a good point.
It's just more low putty food, considering we've used a GX attack, is what I'm thinking.
Mallow and Lana discarding Xerneas and greens.
Wow, I guess it is happening. Alright.
Yeah, I guess we'll kill your Mew with Psychic. Or do we? Or do we just pass? This is a question. It's very tempting looking at these deck tools, but I don't know if I can survive 14 more turns. I think we should start taking prizes, Psychic.
Cynthia Caitlyn discarding setup. Adding. Oh, that's Caitlyn. I should have had them out of Lana then. That's just.
So I'm just going to hop in real quick myself off it. We already know, of course, that Sai ended up making a massive mistake here with the whole discarding Faber and stuff, because he figured that the Keldeo over here would be affected by Lost Purge with even through Pure Heart. Obviously not the case, but I imagine unless if there's any hope of like another Great Catcher being available, he should have used the Green's Exploration last turn, gotten the Great Catcher out of the deck, but there is one prized. He might not have another one, so that might not have been a valid option in the first place here. So this is really gonna hurt though.
120.
It's 180. It is 60 plus.
Oh, 60 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I said Xerneas would put you in kill range.
Energy spinner. Let's see what we've got to work with.
So we did have one of those earlier on, and we just didn't go for it. Okay.
What do you do if I do that? Green's Exploration. Reset stamp. Power plant.
Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Just being able to be like, yeah, no, can't draw on that now. Unfortunately, still on 5 here, but like.
Logic Blade.
70?
Yep, 170, yep.
Mana 1 Lana, discard. Oh, actually no. I go to this guy. Actually, I think I do to this guy. Not this. Funny game. Type null. Mana 1 Lana, discard Pip Toys and Quagsire. Wash out 1. Smash kick KO.
Just one more reason to play this one over any of the other options. There's a 1 energy attack.
Energy spinner. Storm. No, you've got it because I haven't drawn what I needed. One of them's prized.
Did we only have 2 catcher? Is that the
Yeah.
yeah, that would be it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like all I do there is find Swell off of and I was basically GG.
I had Faba.
Well, yeah, but you needed another power plant. Faber's not gonna get you your power plant back, right?
Yeah, that was a mess of a game though. I did not know how to play.
You are telling me. So was there any
Should've
reason
activated.
why we didn't get Energy Spinner off of one of the early greens so you could have done like the turn 2 Kaleidostorm instead of extra Fairy Song that didn't really matter? Because I know one spinner was prized, but since you drew the other one later on, was there a reason why we didn't go for that? Like,
I thought I could Lost Purge the Keldeo.
I mean,
I was trying to maximize my outs to Keldeo, and I didn't realize that Lost Purge wouldn't work.
I guess fair, but even still, we could have been over that. I think Collegiate Blade would have probably also been just as good versus the Keldeo at that point, right? Though, because it's still just one shots, then it keeps your GX attack around. It's 170
Fair, but I was
is
hoping
enough.
I could delete it by not doing damage.
Yeah, I guess, but like it doesn't really. I guess that doesn't change a lot. Yeah, I mean that's fair, but I guess it doesn't really change a lot. Is what I'm getting at. We could have taken. Could we not have taken a kill like at the start? What was in the lead to begin with? It wasn't Keldeo initially. Was it the? It was the Lopunny, right? Oh, putting 150
yeah,
on that
first
would
game
have been like put 150 on that turn 2 would have been really good, to be honest. Ton of pressure coming off of that. And it's like you try and force the Keldeo active, and then it's like, haha, now I can spring my trap of going Faber plus Power Plant and just delete it with whatever from there, right?
I just have not. And I just got caught by just not having practiced this kind of matchup. I don't know how to play with Keldeo, I'll be quite honest.
Yeah, Keldeo is like it's certainly not the dark horse of this format, but it certainly is one of the boogeyman type ones here because most of the good things are GXs, and what does this beat? All of those, even if it's not very quick at doing it. It's like, what are you supposed to do against it, right? It's Chaotic Swell. As much as I love the stadium in this exact set, it really is just a Keldeo stadium because it's like, now you can't power plant it, and that's one of the biggest ways around it, right?
Yeah, but... And the fact that it also got its best ever partner this set, which is not this deck, I'm telling you that right now.
I mean, yeah, this thing's seen play because of Quagsire and the Nagandel stuff before, so like Quagsire has been a fixture with it in the past, but yeah, clearly there's another stronger version with the stuff there for it. But oh boy, it's just like just about every good deck gets like dumpstered by this thing, right? Because all of your, obviously being fire, the Reshizard / Charizard Brazen will get beat up by it as well. But even like Pikarom doesn't have that much of an answer to it. The opposing Keldeo is not a great answer to it because we see the Mallow wars that can happen off his stuff, even if, you know, just like on a glance, it's just that's one of the ways that this goes. And yeah, the fact that you just can't affect it with like anything that's generally good. Giratina Malamar stuff being worse now than it used to be because of said other partner doesn't help either, because that was one of the few things in format that actually did beat it, right? That's why it wasn't such a dominating force in the last round. Meanwhile, yeah, Gardevoir Sylveon stuff again. This is a bit. It's like similar at this point. I gave you my list before, and I forget what my list even like exactly is at this point. I know Lugia wasn't in it because this is a good one to try out as well. I had the Lopunny Jigglypuff in here. Lopunny Jigglypuff would have gone so hard in this thing as well because there were like 4 GXs in play at all times there, so would have absolutely crushed this round of it too. So yeah, I guess this was my original one, which, yeah, I mean, I did have a Wonderlab in there. Okay, I wasn't sure. The Malolana stuff, I probably could have had a second one with it, but I think I transitioned away from this to moving towards my own creation, which will probably get shown.
I wanted the second
today.
Cherish Ball just so I could help against prizing it.
Yeah, you've got the extra regular GX in here compared to what I have, so that makes sense, yeah. Whereas I only really need the one. It's usually like, it used to be 4 Cherish Ball was the bit here, right? But since Tag Call can get not just one tag team, but also get the supporter as well, that generally helps out. But if you've got a second regular GX in here, then having a second Cherish Ball makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, definitely agree with that. Maybe it feels like we both could have used a third Great Catcher in here with the stuff, but it's all good. Just the way it be. And yeah, because we did try the more typical list that didn't play the Mina and quite as much energy and stuff here. I think it's a bit of a compromise on the spot here. Usually there was 8 or 9 energy tended to be what was played. I think honestly that felt too low to me, but most of the time the issue that we had, and we saw in our testing stuff as well, is that you're just a fair bit slower than you would like to be, right? Because if you're not going second, and even if you are, it's like you have to guarantee a Benchmon plus Fairy Song in the active. That's not easy to do, and if you don't get the energy, or you don't get greens for energy spinning to get the energy, you are just like completely hosed. So my solution to both of those things was Mina, since, as we've seen in the past, it's like you get to accelerate an extra energy, so you can attack going first on the second turn of the game if you load them all onto one thing, or you can have like 4 energy in play by the end of the first turn instead of 2 or 3, and it's just even nicer at that point, you know. Because if this thing actually
I probably went a bit more conservative on the tools than you, but
yeah,
ability and choice helmet seems to be fine.
Yeah, so I haven't always played all of these ones, but considering the diversity of the like matchups I'd be going against, like Pikarom was still always very popular within this bit. I know we haven't ended up using it as much, or like it's not being enjoyed as much outside me, but it's still very prevalent, so the Lightning Charm makes a lot of sense there. I went with the Psychic instead of just the ability, because if we're turning off something like Mew's ability, then we still don't want to get hit by the other side of it, right? We don't want to get hit by the GX attack off them, so, because that can just be a surprise kill if we're not careful. And there's other psychic type stuff like Espeon Deoxys gets annoyed by it as well, so it's not just the thing. Those wacky players playing Solgaleo and Lunala this round, they do exist apparently. It was apparently a thing in Malamar decks, right? So it's still something that way. There was still not as much Blacephalon now because a certain other card will one-shot it for 3 prizes after the GX attack. But, you know, it was still around, so like Ultra Beast decks in general were still a thing. And yeah, the ability charm is still insane, obviously. So if you can't shut down Mew immediately, then this is another way of doing it. So that was kind of the idea of it. But if you know that you're not going to go against half the stuff here, then you don't necessarily need the charms, right? So makes sense. And like the Nagandel.
We have a Faba in here just because, again, Faba plant is very good.
Yeah. So one of the weaknesses here, and probably one of the reasons I transitioned to my other build for fairy stuff was because, yeah, it is a bit difficult to beat Keldeo, like if there's multiple of them with a deck like this. So Keldeo Swell is really nasty to go against, and if you just don't, you might not have enough targets to do the other stuff for it. So yeah, it makes sense. It's one of the flaws of the stuff with it here, but then it's also sometimes kind of hard to establish enough of the right positioning like tools here as well for it, right? Like I think
I thought I was, and then turns out it wasn't.
Yeah, I think even accounting for the whole like I want to Lost Purge this thing, like thinking that if you'd have waited 1 turn off of that, you'd have been able to do it with the hand that you had, right? It's just, I guess, not knowing or not realizing that Keldeo was natively immune to it. If you'd have held off for 1 turn, you'd have knocked it out with the fact if you could go greens like next or the Faber into the thingy, right? You had all the setup, you just needed to be able to play the supporter card as well. So if we'd have waited just a single turn extra, we'd have been able to get that. I still would have Collegiate Bladed instead of Lost Purge because I don't think the energy is coming back for the discard very readily anyway.
Yeah, it was.
So
My end game there was energy, energy problems.
That wasn't necessarily known that there was no energy coming back, and I figured Lost Owning it's better than risking it.
yeah, no, I can understand that, but I mean, my thought is like, how do we get energy back this time round, right?
I guess I was trying to protect against Turbo Drive.
Yeah, I mean, that's somewhat reasonable.
That is how this deck does get the energy back. It is.
Well, you see, that way, if Turbo Drive happens, that's committing free energy to this guy, so then you can just Lost Purge him instead. You know, get rid of the free energy that's on the board after that, after you've already gotten rid of free energy from the Keldeo before. You know, gets rid of more that way, because Collegiate Blade is the only thing you can't use in consecutive turns with this. You can Lost Purge without even having to play a switch, so it's kind of neat. So that could have also been like the other sort of ways. Like, yeah, even you could have gotten thingy there, but that's committing another free energy attack when you've already stripped most of the energy off the board. And then it's just a shame. Like I actually deafened so I could do the like self-taught for a sec. It's a shame they have a great catcher as prize, because you had the when you played the power plant down, it's like if you could have captured the Keldeo that turn, there wouldn't have been any other attacks coming out at that point, because 1 energy each on the Lopunny and the thingy, it's like there's no energy to attack with anymore. So that would have also been it. But the second catcher was prized, and I didn't know if you had a third or not. But
I knew it was prized, but again, I didn't know where it was. I was sort of hoping.
Yep. No, like I say, it's just a shame you didn't have access to it, because that would have been another fantastic turn to have gone, okay, like great catch of the Keldeo, you put the power plant down and it's stuck. So yeah, you didn't even have to play Faber that turn, sort of thing. So yeah. Unfortunate, but that is just how it be.
I need more practice with the sword attack.
Yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, we could probably say on both ends with it that way, but it's fine because it's not like we're not perfect at everything we do with this stuff. We're can't even claim to be great at all the stuff we do with it here because, you know, there's a lot to consider, and we're not even, like, super used to playing most of these decks half the time. Like, I've played this a lot, but, you know, that's because I played
We don't
when
have
it was
years
there.
of experience.
Exactly.
And I've been busy with something else, so I didn't do my usual pre-game drills, this kind of thing.
Yeah, you and me both, buddy. Just with different things, obviously, but you and me both. Yeah. No, it's fine though. Like I said, we don't have to play perfectly in order to have a fun time. That's probably the best like final moniker for it, isn't it? Still, it's still neat to see the interaction bit with it. It's neat to then like think, okay, what could we have done differently with the stuff after as well, and learn from the experience. Because yeah, this is a rather different deck to what is usually seen. So. Right, okay, let's go ahead and do this then.
Do you want to go, Pepper? Or...
Yeah, let's get this over with.
Oh.
The demonstration of Cheese Ball.
Alright, we can...
Built it,
we
learned
can
to
see.
show off. Show it off once, throw it in the bin and start working on Reshiram. The fact that I'm working on Reshiram as the better alternative to this, to tell you about my opinions of this deck.
Fair enough. What would we like?
Heads.
You know what? Heck it, I will go second off of this. It's not even because of what your show is, because I think I also would like to go second here. If I can... Oh, but this is probably not the best way of doing it. Oh well, we'll just have to see. Because, yeah! That's why I'm like, I think I'm also okay going second, because this is, if I can get the attack, this is a good going second deck, right? So...
Empty, discard Great Capture. That's never going off.
Mm-hmm. No, it is not.
Reverse. Doesn't stone.
Yep.
Message for free.
Yep.
Okay. That is a hand. Tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Sinlin.
Okay.
Can I have a quick ruling check before I continue this turn?
What's up?
Can I message with a hand that's too large to draw?
No. Because the draw has to happen before anything else. If you drew any... Well, I mean, okay, technically you can, because the way it's saying, but you don't get the KO, because if you drew any cards this way, this Pokemon's knocked out. So, like, I imagine you probably can, technically, but it doesn't do anything. It feels like... I think you can't, is the general thing, but, like, if you could, it won't do anything anyway, so...
The way he's looking at then, I think I'm going to get this guy instead. So I have a bench dude. So it's this hand again. So, strategy.
Yep. So you can play the two spotters.
Sinlin.
Which has to pick it up, doesn't it? So...
Yeah. But first I have
yeah, it's like you've got to choose the discard first, eh?
discard a Beast Ring. What's it about this hand?
Okay,
Strategy,
yeah.
Draw 3.
So we have one more left.
I need to do a second thing. I need to... Attach Beast Bringer, attach Energy. Pass.
Okay, one time. This isn't worth it, I'm afraid. 15 energy in the deck. I can't play it. I haven't.
Wow, I was
Also
the same
two.
thing as I ripped
Also
my
two
Beast Rings.
Also two Pikachu prized, so I guess that isn't gonna help either. No, 15 energy in the deck, and I drew nothing that I could use. There is no point in continuing that, I'm afraid. So retry.
Yeah, because that was a brick fest. I had hard bricked as well.
Well, not getting
That's okay.
anything off of that.
Yep. I'm still going first, right?
Yep. Okay. Right, let's see if this does any better.
Acrobike.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you mother. Did I quickly check and make sure I shuffled?
How do I do this?
Search my deck and see if it's in order.
That is not in order.
I was gonna say, I don't know how you would have got an acrobike if it was
I know,
in
it's
order.
just like, it was one of those, what the hell is this type moments.
Oh, trust me, I get that all the time with it. But yeah, acro for double Mismagius, let's
Yeah.
go.
That's exactly what happened!
Yep.
Actually, no, I think I crit the order pad first, because I get that, I get FTI on the grid. That,
Fair enough. Yeah.
get MTF on the grid, and then play that first. Let's get the Serious Treasure, discard Great Catcher. What does that get match up? Reverse, Dust Out, oh dear. Oh dear.
The third one's prized.
Not the third, but...
Well, I know you play 4, that's why I say the third one's prized.
Yeah.
It's like you've got one in hand, one in discard, one in prizes, one's just come out.
Ouch.
Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, message 4 for 3.
Oh, there it is. Alright.
Strategy.
Yep, so 2 supporters.
Bills. MT and Stamp.
Yep.
Bills, my second
Yep.
supporter.
Yep. So that's all of that done. Yeah, I guess that's the only awkward bit about this one compared to the previous iteration of this, right? It's like the fact of the Guzzlord Nagandel's got an ability means we can't play greens here.
Order Acro.
Yep.
Play the Acro. Please don't double. Acro.
It's also why Guardian is such a nightmare against this.
Discard Dust Down.
You've done it again, huh?
Yes.
Empty discard. Probably
Well,
not throwing it the order pattern.
do you
So,
like a gentle coach? If one of your things is prized, one of them's discarded.
and
well,
one
two of
is
them.
in hand.
Yeah.
Then we should
Would
have
it
tried
not?
to get Peacom, right?
Does it play that? It does not.
Fair enough then.
Yeah, I mean, it's prized. If it isn't. My supporters.
It's like,
I
does
see
it
the
even...
issues. Okay.
Yeah, I just stamp.
It's one of those of like, does it even feel good to stamp this, considering it's partly it's to 5 and also it's like, what does it even really do? That's what
Okay,
it does.
So, that's there.
That's turnover, right?
Yeah,
So, this is what it does. Oh my god, I'm dying, this is so funny. Alright, we need to Sylveon because I don't have a Pokemon to Peacom here, and I don't have any other access to Emolga, so, I actually had, like, Raichu and Peacom in my previous hand, by the way, so it wasn't even a bad reset stamp, it's just hilarious that that ended up working. And, well, we're off to the races at least, because we do have one. So we can finally get to use this engine properly. Molga can do Nuzzle Gathering to search for a Nuzzle Pokemon out of the deck, which can include itself, which is good. So it will
I
do
see
so.
something that would be very funny, but I don't know if it's worth it.
I also saw something that would be funny, but unfortunately I'd have to pay retreat for it, and that's not viable. So,
Oh right, it's the other rat.
It's the
that's-
other one that's 0 retreat. This actually does have a retreat cost, so I unfortunately cannot do the funny. It would have been amazing to do, but at the same time, Beast Ring. You know, so
You know, fair.
we can get Emolga down. Emolga is a soft once per turn, so we can get another Emolga down, and that can also use its thing. We'll grab ourselves a Raichu. And then we have Snuggly Generator, which can search our deck for a lightning for each of our benched Pokemon, which has Nuzzle. Attach it to that Pokemon. 3, 4, and 5. So we go boop. Come on. Boop it. Pressing the button. Pressing the button. I know how it works. Right, go ahead.
Order pad.
Oh, you're hitting those at least.
Yeah, I should guarantee I go off this turn. Take a B string. Yeah, spoils Mismagius in hand.
Well, yeah, we kind of gathered that, didn't we?
Message for 2. Finland, discard Duststone.
Grab the supporter before you
Oh.
draw. No, it's fine, keep them, but yeah, you need to grab the supporter before you draw. The ordering is important here.
You had the beast stream now, we do.
Yeah, because we saw that.
MT, discard Reverse. These guys down. Catch a Beast Bringer for heal it. No, it's not you.
It doesn't even do anything, but yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you didn't have the. It was the other Patrice that had the tool punishing attack.
It indeed is that other one that has that, so.
Also a really good patch recent.
And yeah, going to jet PS it and just kill it.
Yeah, that you will. Alright, we will draw. That could be worse. Alright, well, we have our 3 Nuzzle gatherings, so we will do exactly that. Gonna grab another one of those, of course. Well, I'm gonna do 2 at the very least, because I could get Raichu as well. I might not actually want to do the other one immediately. So we're gonna do that to get the 2 Raichus there. This guy is going down, there is an energy to go on it, which is fine. I'm just like thinking on what the next bit's gotta be with it here. This one, 5, 6 will be, that'll be 10. Falkner, I think, is always happening. It's just 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just getting the item here, so it's what item exactly I want. And I think that's probably Pecom. So we'll grab that and then use the other Nuzzle Gathering. Grab ourselves another one of these. 0 retreat with the Emolga into this and do the whole thing again.
Okay.
Because yeah, obviously had to attach to the Pachirisu, so all of the stuff is now there. And yeah, go ahead.
No. Strategy.
Yep.
Finland, remembering our order.
Mm-hmm.
Pick Bills up.
Okay. What do we discard? Because we haven't. Yeah.
Can't. I don't know why that card bends my brain, but it kind of does. Attach Psychic. Builds my second.
Yep. Yep. I'm just gonna get bullshitted out of this game now, that's fine. Alright.
So it should be the Jet PS.
Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. Well, that probably sets me up for victory then. Okay. Yeah, you fucked up. We're gonna go Pecom, get rid of the Patchy. In fact, if you saw me get that too, it's the bit that's like, yeah. Tapu Koko Prism. Gonna go use that. And Lost Zone it to get the 2 energy back onto the Emolgas.
Like, I assume you have kills somehow.
Well, I do now. You could have reset stamped me is the thing. We're gonna Nuzzle Gathering here, at least one, to grab Chusky.
Also, I probably lost when I missed the Beast Ring, honestly. Yeah, I just realized I missed the Beast Ring, there's no point continuing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's why I missed the Beast Ring, by the way.
Yeah. Well, to show what else is happening with it here, we do 20 for each of the lightning energy that we have. We are currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, so 260. We have the Electro Power in hand as well, so that's going to get us to the KO. And then the rest of it would be like Tantalizer for the Shuffle 5. What else would we... Like, it's going to get, like, resetted, I know, but it's more just see what else do we... to be fair, if I know you've got Reset Stamp, I might not even play it just to increase the outs, but yeah, we end up into that. But it's fine, because then we go in, and Powerful Spot does 290, takes this thing out. Yeah, reset to 1, but I've still got 260, I just need another energy from there.
I need from there. I don't think it's possible any way of winning this matchup, even with the Beast Ring, to be honest, but... That'll be my best shot, is trying to stun you out the game.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I basically have game on board, because it's like, I kill you in one shot with that turn, and that's what I really needed, and then it's like, even if you just keep at it from there, you're on 4 prizes, not 3, so you have to do, like, Chaotic Order doesn't work here either, you've still got to KO 2 guys, and I will 2-shot you with that much energy in play. Even if you reset me to 1, it's like I can still get my Raichu and everything as well, So yeah, I think even with that, the fact of you didn't reset stamp me is the thing there. It's like, I know you'd say, oh, but I wouldn't know you've got the kill thing. It's like, you're resetting me to 4. You know I have a PCOM, so at the very least I have to be cooking something in order to get the KO there, right? With the energy that's around. I think it's like you absolutely had to reset stamp that knowing that I took PCOM. Maybe I could have even held the Volkner to, like, hide it, because I didn't need to use the thing there, but... I don't know.
My count was to, like, if I hit the Beast Ring, which I probably did have to do just regardless, it was probably kill 2 Raichus, stamp you to 1... Oh, I can't even keep up a third one, because I believe...
Nope, because Emolga searches out the other... That's the whole point with this now. The fact of the Emolga can search the Raichu, because the Raichu finally has Nuzzle. It's... Yeah, probably. I mean, I made you go first so that I had the shot at getting the Snuggly Generator at the very least. I think if you go second off of this and actually get that turn 1 Jet Pierce, then I'd probably be in a lot of trouble. Obviously, the way that game went, you wouldn't have gotten it, but, you know.
Yeah, like, this is just what I want to see off my bloody acrobikes. Double Mismagius and double plus now when I'm out of Mismagius.
Yeah.
I hit the double Mismagius the first time.
Yeah. So for anyone, I mean, it's a very easy thing to say for anyone who's confused at what the heck was going on with this thing here. Core idea of this is that the Mismagius will knock itself out if you draw cards of it. You can draw up to 7 in hand. With the thing, you knock it out, you give the opponent a prize card, which sounds bad, but in this case, if you get 2 of these off, put the opponent to 4 prizes, that's suddenly where Beast Ring is, and you can do that before they've even made a proper move, which is very silly. And as it turns out, we got a brand new Ultra Beast in this set, which is not only more searchable than Pheromosa Buzzwole before it, but significantly more powerful as well, for the most part. And yeah, this was a deck with Trevenant, Dusknoir, and Pheromosa Buzzwole that was used in the previous format, but it's so much better with the stuff that we have here. And to put it bluntly, right? This thing, 180 damage is enough to overkill most stuff with it as you need to. It's a little bit frail, I guess, into Malolana, but not that bad, really. Chaotic Order literally just takes your last 2 prize cards as well for nothing once you pay that. So the idea is that 2 of these, especially with its healing power and your own Malolana capability, is probably better than everything the opponent can throw at it, for the most part. Outside of exactly Gardevoir and Sylveon, and apparently this, you know.
You're a 1 prize deck that kills me. What am I supposed to do against that?
Yeah, but I take 2 whole turns to start up.
And I still have 4 prizes left after that.
Again, I think if you go second and actually get the Beast Ring set up on the first turn and KO me before I'm even allowed to Snuggly Generator, then you probably just win, right? So I don't think it's... it is probably more one-sided if it's the way around that it happened, but yeah. Anyway, yeah, apart from me getting annoyed at the fact if I couldn't draw a single energy out of the 14 that was in the deck to begin with off it, no energy and no supporter card. I didn't have many of those prized in the first game, so like, blah. Yeah, we saw the idea of this. It's the full Nuzzle engine is finally available. I've been waiting all generation to do this. We have a 70 HP Pikachu with Nuzzle. There is a 60 HP one if you want to play Elms, but that list probably sucks. So, sorry Joe, but yeah, don't think that's a good way of doing it. The Raichu itself has got Nuzzle and only takes 1 energy to attack. It's often going to have 2 energy if it's the first like Pikachus that are getting like sparked to, but or like generated on, but you can easily just like chain 1 energy ones later on as well and not lose as much to this as you would with the GX. And yeah, the fact of it's the GX's attack but on a single prize one is pretty nuts, to be honest. Yeah, the Emolga, as we saw, can search any Nuzzle Pokemon, which includes itself. The funny line Sai would have loved me to do is I could have Nuzzle Shotted your Mismagius if I could have retreated to Pachirisu. I wouldn't have gotten the attack, obviously, and Beast Ring is a problem, but yeah, I would have just like killed your Misdreavus before you even got there, right? So that was the thing he would have loved me to do, but yeah, it wasn't going to happen here. And then, yeah, it's like you end up doing so much damage between this and the Electro Powers, a little bit with the Shrine as well, that can get the last numbers. We have Roxy in here because we have a ton of non-GXs that we are searching all the time, so we can draw 6 basically on most turns that we need to. And if everything in our deck that we've like searched out all the Lightning Energy, we've searched out all the Pokemon, all that's left is like Great Catcher or good supporter cards or the Stadiums, right? So that obviously helps a lot with Electro Powers. It's the bit we need to close things out. And yeah, Tapu Koko just as good as ever with this deck, because it just reads add 40 damage to your board before you search out your next dude, right? So yeah. Last bit to note, because I am playing the Roxy bit here, the Weezings are something you can also like Pokecon for, and if you discard these with Roxy, you spread 10 to each of the opponent's Pokemon. That has come up, and has been the way that a one-shot has happened on these gigantic 280 HP dudes. So yeah, I was hyping this up for a fair while before we started this stuff. I was like, I have killed ADPs and stuff with this. It is not a completely unwinnable matchup this round with it. And well, that kind of just proved it right there. Yeah, it's like, we saw it in testing and we've seen it here now as well. This guy is not safe from a one-shot if given enough time. So yeah. It uptrades very well. It doesn't do very well against Giratina, obviously, because, I mean, partly what did until ADP came out, but I tried with the Lysander Labs to, like, stop Spell Tag from being such a devastating bit here, because Spell Tag, just getting a couple of those triggered is going to start munching through these Emolgas on the bench, and then it's you just lose the prize trade even harder than you normally do, but yeah, there's not much you can do about that. Every deck's going to have a bad matchup, right? But this absolutely decimates a lot of the tag team stuff, and that is one of the benefits of playing something like this, you know? Just got to take a couple of turns of setup, and then you're good to go, right? Unless you like don't draw any of your 15 energy and none of your like 11 supporter cards that are viable at the start of the game, it's just like, oh no, can happen to any deck.
This has been a session for luck, hasn't it? I think we
yeah.
offended some of our play in the first game, so they wanted to mess with us as revenge.
It's just one of those unfortunate things, really. Sometimes it does just happen like that. Last sort of point just to mention here is you don't necessarily want to bench Mew most of the time, but there are some situations where it is really bad if you don't. So you are often going to need to bench it in the mid game and stuff. Like, some people will get cocky with their Pika ROMs and just be like, I can tag bolt you out of like 4, 5, 6 energy or whatever in the next turn. So, you know, you got to put them in their place and put the Mew down to stop
Well,
that.
this is when you get cocky in return and just obliterate there.
Well, yeah, that's the
Don't
other
you
thing.
just
If
build
you
a Pika ROM if they put 6 energy on it, don't you just...
Yeah, well, the problem is if they do that too quickly, right? Because if they do it before you've had the chance to get as many energy as I did there in play, you probably aren't hitting 240 that easily, right? You do have to have like a couple of generator turns first, and if that doesn't happen, you probably need to put the Mew down or you are going to die, right? So there are situations where it does come up in that matchup in particular. It's not just that one, obviously. There are other little like snip hits here and there. We are only 60 HP on these guys, so any sort of like chip thing is a nasty part to it. Even another thing from the Malamar dumb decks, right, is the Esper is actually kind of annoying, because you can just put like a couple of damage counters down from spell tags on these things, and then the Esper kills you as well. You are stockpiling 3 energy on the Emolgas on average, so going down 60 damage, not a good sign, right? So, yeah. But yeah, that's the Chusky. Probably one of my favorite decks of all time, because it's just so much fun just sparking for the opponent's life in one go, sort of thing, you know. Takes its sweet time building up, but yeah. It is all good. Right, I suppose that leaves one to try for us then, huh, Sai, if you're still up for that?
Okay.
Which of the 3 remaining do I go for? Do I just get it out of the... Yeah, I think I just get this one out of the way. It might end up overlapping, but it's gotta happen at some point anyway, so...
There's one I want to bring because it would be funny, and one I should bring that I played.
It's up to you, man. I'm not here to judge anything.
Well, let's bring the funny.
Alright then. Gonna remove a couple of these first, just to clean up some space. Let us go for heads.
I will go second.
Right, okay. Barf. Alright then. Well. Oh, I see, okay. This guy. Fair enough. Right, let's see if we can do anything then. It's also kind of barf, but whatever. Cherish Ball. See just what we're even dealing with here. Yeah, that might end up being an issue, we'll see. So I have you. What's the best first thing to go with here? Got that. Should set down the bottom. I guess that's mostly fine. It's maybe a bit awkward, but we'll see. I think it is probably you that's best to first get here. So that's probably going to be an issue at some point with it. We are going to discard it with Cynthia Caitlin to draw the 3. It's not ideal, but yeah, I think that was the better choice looking at the stuff with it here, because we do have a Gardevoir Sylveon, because, yeah, I'm playing that side of it here. I also have Cernius Prism. I think I will bench it down, because it just does make sense here. Like, yeah, there's a Hooper in the way, but it's not that big of a deal, to be honest. And then for my next magic trick, I think I'm going to put weakness guard energy down, and that will do. Go ahead.
Green's exploration.
Yep.
Alright, what are we working with here? I think I want that.
Yep. Those seem reasonable for the first turn.
Switch.
Yep.
Touch, psychic, energy spinner.
Yep. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough. I understand the assignment. Yeah, will admit, wasn't sure where we were going with this until I saw that, but yeah, there he is. The boogeyman himself.
Go ahead.
Okay, we will draw. So Cynthia Caitlin was the other card picked up. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I have a choice helmet. I'm going to put that down on the Gardevoir Sylveon as well here, because that seems kind of prudent right now. It's fascinating, actually, seeing the... I think I need to use the Cherish Ball here, because I need to be able to keep going, so Deaders is going to have to come out here. Going to put Viridian down, and I'm going to go ahead and Great Catcher the ADP up whilst I'm here. Discard these two. The Dene so we can get the draw. Okay. Tag Call is pretty useful. Unfortunately, Tag Call cannot grab me a like particularly great supporter with it here, but I can still get Cynthia Caitlin, so there is that. Oh, that's cute. Actually, yeah, that is really cute. If I go ahead and do that and grab Malolana, I can discard the Malolana to the Viridian Forest here. So I can get an energy. I'll play Cherish Ball whilst I'm in here as well, so I don't have to bother searching later. We will go ahead, I think Solgaleo makes the most sense here. So we'll do that. So Mewtwo Mew can go down. Energy that was searched with Viridian can go onto that. Tag Switch can put that to there. Regular Switch can get this guy in here. And then Cynthia Caitlin can grab back the Malolana and also discard the Solgaleo for my draw free here. Whoa! Okay, I know I just directly put it in the discard, so that's why, but that was funny. So, yep.
I think you've gotten set up too fast.
Potentially, we'll see. I only have the one energy in the discard, but that is enough to do good stuff with it here. yeah, I don't really see too much else that's like best to do, so we will just Turbo Drive for the 120 with the Mewtwo and put the energy on the Gardevoir Sylveon.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was quite the setup sequence. To be fair, that's why they're all there. God damn it, dude! It's like I thought I had a third Sylveon Caitlyn in here, but okay, who's going?
second.
Okay. Well, this is a mulligan, so
I
not
wish
much.
this was a mulligan.
Ah, oh dear. What is happening today,
It's
man?
almost there.
What is happening today? Okay, that's one mulligan card at the very least, if you want it. Okay. Oh boy, yeah. You said you would go in second, did you not?
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. Alright, well we drew Tag Call, so I can at least do something. Which is fine. Okay, so that's available this time, which is good. At least I think. Oh, maybe I think that it was, and I just didn't bother seeing it because I needed other stuff. Oh, of course the weakness card energy is priced again, dude. I was gonna get Guzzlord and it was gonna be great. Why does it keep getting priced? Ah. Oh, I'm not even bad, I'm just disappointed. Right, we're gonna get this, and we have to get Sylveon Caitlyn based on that unfortunate circumstance, but that is fine. So that to hand, that to bench, Stealthy Hood down on the Mewtwo Mew, and we are going to mean it to it as well. So do that, manual attach, and go ahead.
Pokegear 3.0.
Yep. Yeah, having seen Trevenant, I really would have wanted to have gotten Weakness Guard energy down there, but you know.
Green's Exploration.
Yep. Yep. Those are both really good ones. Yep. Yeah, ADP and Guzmahala, yep.
Energy Spinner.
Mm-hmm. All of the different energy types. You know it's a wild deck when there are 4 different types of basic energy in here.
And Victory Sign.
Yep. I mean, what is this, Lost Box? That's the other one that does it, right?
A Lowland Executor?
Yeah, that's true. That was the last time we saw this sort of thing. Okay, we will draw. Fascinating. Alright, I'm going to... Seems weird to do it, but I think it's probably best. I'm going to Sylveon Caitlyn discarding Switch. Grabs the Mina back, draws the 3. Okay, that's fine. Reset stamp. Can't keep all of the energy immediately available. Attach. And we're going to move 2 with Kaleidostorm to the bench. And yep, hit for the 150.
Back call.
Yep. There he is.
Cynthia, Caitlyn, discarding Pokemon Communication.
There's your greens.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not 100% sure if I've shuffled since I've been on here, so I'm just gonna
That's fine, that's fine.
make sure that it's done.
Yeah, because you did tag call, so there would be a shuffle to do.
And Psychic Energy and Altered Creation GX.
Yeah, so here's the boogeyman part of it. As I mentioned in the set review, 30 extra damage done with all the attacks, but also an extra prize gets taken now because there's a water and a metal here. So it's spooky. This is one of the things that this deck is good at dealing with, though, so we should be at least reasonably okay. Because we're going to play the switch to go there. I have an energy, and you know I have the Mina because we got that back with Cynthia Caitlyn. So we're going to grab that to the bench. And don't think there's much else that I need to do beforehand, so we will simply use Kaleidostorm. And I think I will move 1 over. Take off 3.
If this Dexys is gonna be great, I think. But
Yeah, I'm moving 1 over because of the Pale Moon GX, is the in case anyone's wondering.
Counter gain.
Oh, counter gain? But that doesn't reduce the psychic cost.
no, it doesn't.
Ah,
Guzmahala, discarding 2.
okay. Oh, I think I understand. Yeah.
That's Catcher. So this gets me a Stadium, a Special Energy card, and a Tool card.
Yep. Yeah, I think I see where it's going. Okay.
Gonna whiff the Tool card because
Yeah, you're gonna try and power plant lock me out. Yep. So you do that, and then it's like Pale Moon, isn't it? To oh no, you can't Pale Moon because you've already GX attacked. Yep.
oh right, never mind. This is not.
Yeah. Yeah, I just realized that. It was like I was shifting over because of Pale Moon. It's like, no, you alter creation, so that isn't even that isn't even a thing.
You're getting set up too fast for me.
Yeah, this deck does that. that's pretty much it. Yeah, if you were gonna reset to 2 might have been annoying because I did shift the energy over. But so if I drew that and then the draw for 10, might get there. Cause I can get the Stadium, so I could at least attack. Because I have tag call for Guzmahala, so like I can at least get the Stadium. Not sure exactly what I do with it from there, but I'd think of something. Yeah, I'd think of something out of it from there. Yeah, prize to freaking weakness guard. Kinda needed that. Yeah, at the very least, I could like pay retreat and move all the energy back over to the Mewtwo Mew, right? Because I'd pay to use Kaleidostorm, move all the energy away. You one-shot this thing for 4 prizes, but then I just knock you out on the crap back, right? That would be the idea, but I don't know if I could do something better than that, but I'm sure we could see. But yeah, that is kind of the way this operates, and not this particular thing, but of course one of the dudes in here was one of the main reasons I built this thing for it. The Raichu is my favorite deck of all time. This is probably my best constructed deck of all time for the stuff here, and it's not something that was ever played by basically anyone else, so I guess that's kind of neat. But one of those, if only you could do tournament stuff at the time, maybe we could have done things with that. Probably would have just failed in the tourney though, let's be fair. Yeah, which one do you want to go on with first for the stuff here?
And you know more about this than I do.
Fair it is. So yeah, most people with Mewtwo and Mew are playing like the fire stuff with Welder, maybe the psychic stuff with Malamar. We saw that a couple of times in things, especially towards the tail end of the format. Nobody like really played it with Fairy. There might have been 1 or 2 water-based ones. I know there was a list for it at the very least, because we played a water-based Mewtwo Mew before. Nobody played it like this though. I don't think anyone played Mewtwo and Mew in a Fairy deck of all things, and there's a couple of good reasons to do it, right? One, of course, ADP over here. This bot is very weak, and Kaleidostorm happens to one-shot it, which is really helpful. The second is the advantage of using a fairy type thing is you get to do Bright Tone from the Altaria over here. So it only does 50 damage, but it prevents all damage done by GX and EX Pokemon in the next turn. So they have to gust around the Mewtwo and Mew in order to win. Some decks just aren't going to be able to do that well enough. And then the other one, since I've splashed water in here as well, is we get to do Greninja stuff alongside Altaria's second attack as well to get through Keldeo, because we can't Power Plant in a Mewtwo and Mew deck, right? That's just never happening. So the other way to do it is to just shred through their attack, and the best one to do that is Greninja. So we get to use this as well. Kaleidostorm happens to be 2 Fairy and a colorless energy to use, and Fairy Song is also a colorless energy, so you don't even have to start a Fairy energy to get accelerating here. So we still have 4 outs to it at the beginning, because if we get the Gardevoir and Sylveon down, it's like Mewtwo and Mew can still do the Fairy Song attack, and that's totally fine. But we get to play a lot of the other trappings that Mewtwo and Mew is good with as well. Solgaleo for energy acceleration, this also doesn't take specific energy, so that's kind of good. The Dragonite for the one-shot potential against everything that isn't ADP, exactly, more or less, you know. You could argue Nagandel, etc., but we kill that with Kaleidostorm, so I don't care about that. And we do still
kill ADP with it too.
Exactly. So we don't care about the 280 HP ones, really. Sabletar, I guess, but like Sabletar probably also loses to Gardevoir Sylveon for the most part. And yeah, we have access to Jumping Balloon with Mega Lopunny Jigglypuff still as well. So we have most of the best attacks off it. We don't have like a Cross Divide, but considering we get Sanctuary instead, I think I'm okay with that. Being able to full heal all of your stuff that way as well is really good. There's pretty much everything you would want with it, right? We've got the Meaner Acceleration, the same as the Gardevoir Sylveon stuff we saw before. We've got the triple Cynthia Caitlyn to go with the Malolana here, so we can easily win the attrition war against Keldeo matchups. The one Stealthy Hood searchable by Guzmahala lets us block the Shadow Box Mimikyu from this set, so we can protect our Mewtwo Mew from getting its ability locked by that. And the Weakness Guard energy makes up for the lack of Jirachi, because Jirachi also gets Power Plant shut off, so the fact that Guzmahala can search this as well really helps us out. Because we're not a greens-based Gardevoir Sylveon at this point, we get to use the stunning Xerneas Prism too. I have this card in real life because my brother gave this to me as well, and it's amazing. Like, you shift it into the active with one of our Switch Things, absorb as much energy as you need onto it to Bright Horns, 160 on a 160 HP single prizer. It's still really good, so yeah, also one-shots ADP, so that helps as well. This helps a lot against the Keldeo because the 10 chip damage that they can't heal with a Mallow and Lana sticks around from using Greninja's Misslash, so you actually kill them with Bright Horns at that point instead. That comes up quite a lot as well. So yeah, everything kind of just works together with this stuff. You've still got my typical sort of energy acceleration bit, so we can just go fast, and that really helps a lot of matchups. If I had to Fairy Song here instead on the second turn, that would have been much worse. Like, I did Turbo Strike the first game, but that's a bit more of an anomaly, to be honest. That doesn't happen as often as that. But being able to go, okay, now I'm Kaleidostorming on my second turn, right, and getting plenty of energy in play. Mina and Cynthia and Caitlyn are also just insane as a combination, right? Like, going Mina turn 1, Cynthia Caitlyn turn 2, now I have Mina turn 3 as well. Just such a ridiculous setup for it there. And yeah, we don't have Energy Spinner, but I do play Viridian Forest in here instead, since we've got a couple of different types of energy. So Guzmahala can search that as our main thing. And that's more or less it. Like, Tag Call works insane in here. The Bill's Analysis is because I can't play Green's Exploration in a Mewtwo Mew deck, and I just wanted an extra sort of dig tool. And yeah, it's insane. The Fairy typing obviously works really well here, but just the attacks in general work super great together and covers just about everything you would want in this format.
Yeah, I just looked up the Altaria list. There's it's mostly an expanded card on the list. People playing in Rainbow Expanded Mewtwo Mews.
Yeah, and I could see that, yeah.
List, did that, which was Fire and Rainbow based.
Yeah, I could see that. It's not a card that you get to play in most decks with it, though. Like, you can play Rainbow Energy Mewtwo Mew now because Guzmahala can search it, so it's not that bad, but you do inherently put a damage counter on yourself doing that, which can mess up some math numbers and whatnot, right? Suddenly, Giratina just gets to one-shot you if you don't have Weakness Guard as well, right? So, like...
Rainbow Mew Mew is more of a next set thing, where we get Aurora Energy as well.
Yes.
Sort of Ultimate Mew Mew, and... They play all sorts of things.
Aurora Energy is insane for Mewtwo and Mew because the downside is that instead of taking 10 damage, you discard a card. I wonder what cards I could possibly want to discard in this deck that would be great for using with Aurora Energy, right? You know, the fact if you get a Rainbow as well as discarding your Pokemon that you would want to bin anyway is so good for the archetype, so... I can easily see it being a thing there. Right, so quad energy.
Yeah.
It's fun though, right? We've seen Victini do shenanigans with the bird trio and stuff before, and in your Keldeo GX deck from the last round, Victini is a lot of fun to play, and one of the weaknesses with the Arceus Darga Palkia is just the fact of you've got to plod along with the energy attaches to begin with, right? And you need 2 unique ones. That isn't always easy to get, but suddenly if we can put Victory Sign down and get them both on at the start, it's a lot easier, isn't it? So...
Except when you're going up against an accelerated fairy deck.
Yeah! Again, this was not the typical thing you would see as far as, like, Mina was not a card that was played very often. It wasn't completely unplayed, but it certainly wasn't played much. And so, yeah, normally you wouldn't see this kind of thing that quickly. Especially when you're going second, so you do, like, Deny Me the turn 1 Fairy Song. It's very, very... like, I don't think you even can, in a regular deck, get Kaleidostorm, like the Fairy one, to begin with. So, yeah, idea, obviously, you get the Ultra Creation stuff, and hopefully get an Ultimate Ray off as well. It doesn't usually get one shot outside of weakness. And Trevenant...
This comes in and starts doing evil things.
Trevenant Dusknoir is one of those cards where it just is so gross when it actually gets to pull off. Nightwatch being able to take 2 random cards out of the opponent's hand. You do get to see them first as well, so there is a little bit of knowledge that goes on too. just being able to strip 2 cards away, this is one of the main reasons this and Jesse and James are like, this is why you can't play Lily's Full
ADP
Force, right?
goes down and they're down to, and they've already killed your Victini. Oh, you're down to 2 cards. Reset stamp.
Yep.
Night Watch.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Exactly. It's like if you can get Night Watch off after a reset stamp to 2, then they're top decking. Literally, that's it. Equally devastating if you could have stuck that power plant as well. That could have been equally devastating off it there. So yeah, the setup is all there for it, and if you don't get that side of it, I can see the Gengar Mimikyu can be kind of annoying as well, right? It's like if you can't lock their hand down to low size, punish them for keeping all the trainer cards and stuff around, right? So the fact that this does like effectively plus 30 with the ADP makes it a little bit easier to get certain hit numbers than it would have before, right? Because suddenly if they have 5 trainers in hand, oops, that's a full tag team dead now, right? Even when it would have normally done 250. So
and there's Cryogonal in here as well, which is item lock.
Yes, it's obviously not very damaging and it's not very sturdy, but it doesn't have to be. The whole idea is that it slows the game down at the beginning, so if you don't get the victory sign, say, I don't know, your fire energy was prized and you don't like Guzmahala or something, it's like, well, I can Frozen Log probably, and go from there, right? So, yeah, it's also very nasty.
Painful thing for me in this list is, yikes, this is a painful, if you have to green into your fire energy, that's dangerous prizing.
It is a little bit, but it also isn't really useful for much else, right? And we have 4 Tadcall and 2 Guzmahala in here, so I could easily see Tadcall for like ADP plus Guzmahala and use that to get the Rainbow for the Victini is reasonable, because then you also get Power Plant or Swell at the start of the game too, depending on what you're setting up for. So I think it is awkward, but I think it's reasonable enough to have here. And also the funny thing then is because your tool card is countergate, it's like, well, Alter Creation doesn't get boosted by it, but Ultimate Ray can then be used for 2 energy. So, because you've given up the Victini prize, right? That's the idea. So suddenly Alter Creation into that, you can attach to the bench and not have to attach to third energy, which is probably going down anyway, right? So, yeah, I can see
if I wasn't an idiot, I could see where sometimes you don't need to use Altered Creation, just sticking them with a dying active, if you've reset stamped them, is pretty good too.
Yep, it is a fairly common track of going, I have to Alter Creation at all costs with the thing, right? Yeah, I probably would have also just been like, okay, Ultimate Ray, in that one instead. It's like I wouldn't have done the Alter Creation, but it's so much power, isn't it? It's so alluring. It's like, I have to do it. It's, you know.
I wasn't expecting to just get immediately deleted like that.
True, yeah. Like I said, this was built to tailor against more or less the meta at the time, and it does a very good job of that. Even the quirky off-meta side of it does a very good job at tackling the stuff you would see, more or less. I guess if nothing else, this shows that greens is not mandatory for a Gardevoir Sylveon style deck to play, right? That has been almost the prevailing wisdom the whole way through. Like, Gardevoir Sylveon basically hasn't been played without greens exploration. Because granted, it wasn't good into the meta before greens came out, so it's like, you couldn't really use it in, like, was it Unbroken? I forget one thing. It's like, yeah, you couldn't really use it in the previous thing because of Reshizard just like decimating it, right? Pre-rotation.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you had
one set in Japan, but they got merged with the Charizard set for us. So...
Yeah. Yep. So, but like because of Choice Band and Guzma, it had such a horrendous matchup that it just wasn't viable before. I tried my best too. I really made that thing work as much as I could, but yeah, it's so much better post rotation, but it also didn't really get played without greens, basically ever. This kind of list shows that maybe that isn't always required, you know, because of the way the supporter lineup is now. We don't have to have greens in order to do good stuff with this, and yeah. in the end, I was just happy that this ended up being successful when I was playing the stuff, and I had so much fun playing this as well. Like, the two, despite the brick in the very first game I played today, these are probably my two favorite decks that I ever built on TCGO, and yeah, this one was the more successful one, but it's probably easy enough to see why when it's like it deals with just about everything in the format that you'd want, because it's like, oh, what does Mewtwo Mew lose to most of the time? The psychic matchup stuff? Well, Gardevoir Sylveon is perfectly fine into that, right? And I've still got stuff like Sanctuary I can use. What does Gardevoir Sylveon lose to? Like Rashizard and whatnot? Well, I can kill that with a 270 damage Dragonite, right? So, and also, Bright Tone is really good into a lot of those matchups. Keldeo giving you trouble? We've got answers to that, right? So, it kind of just is tailor-made to just beat up on like everything that you would see at the time, and it really worked out. It was great, and most people do not expect to turn to Kaleidostorm, so you can also have that to your advantage as well. Well, with that, rocky start on the stuff here of it between the weirdness of the disconnect stuff and oh my god, why were the draws so bad today? But overall, I think this was fine. I got to see some really quirky stuff come out with it as well. We are not done with this guy, unfortunately, but that is totally fine. It's gotta happen.
He's not showing up, but it's not going to be for a while.
No. I think between us, I feel like we're probably going to have like 2 more things of it within the next couple of sets, right? Because I've still got my one to do. It's funny because I was almost going to bring that out and it's like, nah, I'm not doing that today. I thought, it's just, nah. I wanted to bring my 2 favorite decks today. And then I know you've got one you want to line up for next set, and it's probably fair as well to like demonstrate why it ended up being such an issue. One way or another.
Again, I am trial running the quirky version of that as well. So.
Same. Yeah, none of us have run the quote-unquote standard thing with it here. Because,
I didn't want to.
Exactly. Neither did I. If I was gonna run...
This is really weird as far as these decks go.
It is really weird. And the funny thing is, it's not too dissimilar, I guess. If you switch the energy round, birds is the way that I think I've seen this sort of thing in tournaments, right?
Yeah, ADP Bird Trio was away, got run.
Yeah, so it's like if we swapped out for more like fire, put some lightning energy and stuff with it, and swap these out for the birds, I think that's actually the way that I've seen it myself. Not saying this isn't, obviously, because I think this probably did a thing as well. It's hard to remember all of the event stuff you've been looking up, but yeah, this kind of list with this 4 energy sort of thing, just with a different tag team up here, was actually used as well. So. As I mean, Bird Trio hits 240 after an auto creation. That is enough to kill a low punny Jigglypuff, so it's pretty good, So yeah, regardless, that is definitely fine for today's stuff. For that, thank you on the YouTube side for watching. If you have made it this far, that is. It's I never know exactly how long people watch these things for, but it's all good. Just when it eventually loads through, just seeing the bird aspect with it here. Similar sort of idea, a couple of other tech bits with it, but yeah, similar sort of bit, just instead of the psychic energy, we've got more fire and water energy and stuff down here. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, if I wasn't playing my own thing with it, this probably would have been the one that I'd have like tinkered with, right? Because let's face it, it's using birds. Of course I'm going to tinker with it in that aspect, right? But I love this card so much, so yeah, I probably would have looked at it otherwise. Yeah. Like I said, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.